All right, we're going to review this KitchenAid masticating juicer attachment for your KitchenAid classic motor, as I'll call it. So these are very popular. They come equipped with a ton of different attachments. This one's the juicer. Let's get out of the box, show you what it's all about. All right out of the box, go through the parts here. So this is your main housing, along with the auger in the middle, which is this part that spins. Here is your filter. You will also notice that it comes with this food tray that goes on top. This is just kind of a nice to have. They call this the lock. It does come with a fancy little toothbrush to clean it out. And this is the food pusher. So as you can see, it fits nice and snug in here to push the food down into the food tray itself. And then this is a cool little funnel, which when I first picked it up, I thought it was hard plastic, but it's not. It's a it's kind of a rubber funnel, and that helps with putting it into certain containers. Now, something you need to be very in tune with here. If you look on the box, it says do not put this in the dishwasher. Hand wash only. That's really important. I personally put everything in the dishwasher. So make sure you hand wash it. This is what it looks like all assembled. We're going to put it on the end of our KitchenAid here, and I'll show you how to install it. All right, so just unscrew this end cap here on the KitchenAid. I just call this the motor. I mean, this is the prime time of it all here. You'll notice on the back of this, there is a little notch right here. There's also a little tab here. And then obviously this is flat on four sides, much like you would see here, like a square. So when you insert it into the motor, you can see it's square on the inside. So you want to make sure that when you install this right here, this is lined up correctly. So this should be very simple. You should not have to force this at all. It just kind of, you line it up and it just slides in. You can feel it kind of click in that little groove, and that's where you're going to tighten this tab down. I don't know why, but I noticed on some videos, people want to install this upside down. So to clarify, this is up. This is where your food goes in, that you're going to juice. This is where it comes out, and this is where you're going to have your bowl or your mason jar or whatever you're going to utilize here to catch the juice. All right, so the food tray, you'll notice it's not a perfect circle. You might think that it is, but it's kind of a oval. And you'll notice on here, this is kind of the oval as well. This is the longer side. So just line this up. It doesn't snap. It just pushes down on to the top there to help you catch, again, all the food that's going to go through your tube, into your filter, into your grinder, and then into whatever you're going to catch it with. All right, so this is what it looks all set up. Again, this is going to be your main grinder, and this is going to be where your juice coming out. When so everybody's, I've noticed different versions of this. I've seen some that only have a couple of speeds. This is the newest version. This was purchased the end of 2023. So I've got speeds all the way up to 10. The sweet spot I've been told is around 4. Some people only use the 2, but I don't have a 5, I have a 4 and a 6. You don't want to go too fast, but you don't want to go too slow either. And it also depends on the fruit that you're grinding in here. Most of it will show you that, again, you should have everything properly set up before you start inserting the food. They do tell you here on the tips for the selection of your products, things like pineapple, celery sticks, apples, cucumbers, melons, tomatoes, grapes is a good example. You don't necessarily need to peel. However, again, you want the skin off the pineapple. They recommend if you're doing oranges that you do peel them. Apples, they recommend that you get rid of the core of the apple, but you don't have to peel it. So you have to experiment with this, and depending on the fruits that you're going to use. All right, so my first experiment here, I'm going to put in 2 carrots and see how much juice product I get out of 2 carrots. All right, so I just lightly peeled the carrots. I cut off the stalks, and a lot of people are going to comment, throw the stalk in there too. I'm just not a fan of that, so I'm not going to do that. I've got a mason jar set up here. I'm going to turn mine on 4. You can see the auger is turning. This does spin, by the way. There are a lot of comments about that. Just let it spin. Just make sure there's nothing there that will get in the way. All right, we're going to kick it off with our first one here. As you can see, it's definitely cutting it up. It's starting to enter into that auger. And the juice is starting to come out. Now, one thing it just occurred to me, I forgot to put a, I'll call it the pulp catcher out here on the end. All right, round 2, we're going with the bigger carrot here. As you can see, it just kind of chops it up at first. You can hear the motor kind of, working hard, but not overworking. I've got my pulp catcher now here. I've heard people use this for baking purposes. I've heard people just flat out eat it. You use it however you want. Again, my main objective here is I'm trying to get some fresh juice from a carrot, an apple, a pineapple, etc. Caught into this first jar here. And it appears to be working very, very well. You notice there's nothing really sitting here like stuck or getting clogged. You definitely can see where, over time you're gonna have to clean out the filter, but it is filtering it. The juice, I'll turn the motor off here. The juice looks pretty clean. There's not a lot of stuff floating. Whoops, that fell in there. There's not a lot floating around in here, meaning it definitely is pulling out. It looks like pretty filtered juice. A lot of people will strain this in cheesecloth, etc., but it doesn't get any more pure and, I guess, organic, if you'd like to use that word, as utilizing this for something like a carrot. All right, so the other example I want to do on this video are lemons. So I have always thought starting your day off with lemon water, it's a huge benefit for digestion and all those things included. You can Google that. So I did not peel them tremendously. I just kind of cut off the sides like that, but I made it so I believe it is close to fitting in here. So I'm going to cut these in half, and I'm going to see what we get out of 2 lemons. All right, here we go. Motor is on 4. Super easy to put them in. They just kind of fall in there. Juice is coming out. This one needs a little bit of encouragement. But as you can see, on 4, that is an absolute piece of cake. I've got a little bit of the pulp coming out, a couple seeds. I did not pull the seeds out. You can see this handled it like a champ. It's already done. And voila, we're still draining some lemon juice. That was super easy. That is a whole lot easier than using a traditional manual squeezer. And there is very little floating around in there. So it caught that out of it. But, I mean, that's pure filtered lemon juice. So try this thing out. I'll put a link down below. A lot longer of a video than I anticipated. It's super easy to use, really easy to clean. Don't forget, don't put it in a dishwasher. Hope that helps.